Yo, yo, yo. Are we live, people? What is up? Welcome to Punk Rock Radar. Are you guys ready to get your radars punk rocked? I know I am. My radar's
Man.
kind of been itching all day to get punk rock. So how about you, Lewis?
I mean, outside of that being the worst slogan I've ever heard for the channel, I feel pretty good. I'm ready to get my radar fucking rocked, man. Let's do it.
John already has it as the header of the YouTube channel now.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Yeah, get ready to get your radars punk rocked. And
If I get I get a couple more of these into me, I'm gonna think that's an even better one as we go. But go on.
I think it's a good slogan. I think we should start saying it all the time. Just like the intro to the channel is like, "What's up, guys? You ready to get your radars punk rocked?" I think it's a pretty good one. So everyone needs a slogan, marketing. You know what I mean? John Alt knows all about marketing. So, but Immortal Coil says, Elliot, you get a haircut? I did get a haircut. My hair is shorter than it was previously. Thank you for noticing. You know,
yeah, even with the
no one
beanie,
else,
he noticed it.
Yeah, I know. No one
noticed
else on the Discord said anything, but you did. So, Mick D
He thinks
says,
you're cute.
I wish boys like Immortal Coil went to my school. But Mick D says, how's that back, Lewis?
Actually, not too bad today. It's been pretty a-okay. Just some days a little bit achy, but most of the serious stuff out of the way. So thank you. Appreciate you asking. So good stuff.
Hell yeah. And let's see here. Trex Tales says, I am here to go to battle for the Offspring. Good luck with that battle, sir. Doug Lachelle says, hey, punk rockers. Maddie Slowbird says, sup. And Mick D says, at skate punk. And Murderholic says, at skate punk, you guys ready? And then all you can hit here just to say, Pulley sucks, Viva, 10-foot pole.
Peter Pan.
Peter Pan is now just hates Pulley.
I don't get it.
Loves 10-foot pole. I feel like they're not even that far off, but
No.
from like almost being very similar bands. And Immortal Coil says, anyways, female viewership was way up last week. I wonder why. Okay,
You got the lady killer on the screen.
Yeah, we got the lady killer.
The chick
We got divorced dad Immortal Coil showing up to hate on flannels.
My girlfriend hates the show, but last week she said there was something special about it. So I don't know. Maybe he's onto something.
You said that guy talking shit about people in flannel shirts really did something for me.
Even my fiance was tuning in, and I couldn't even get her to talk. So, but we got Milla says, LOL, which I had to read that. That was very important to read. But guys, are you ready to get into this? Also, don't forget to stay tuned to the very end. There is going to be the food tier list. They're back. And we have a special holiday-themed one.
Oh, nice.
So we can see how badly John would fuck up Thanksgiving.
I don't like
Which we're all here
Thanksgiving.
for.
It's the worst holiday.
What? That's like right near my birthday.
No.
Sometimes my birthday lands on Thanksgiving.
I'm personally a
November
big fan of the Pilgrims and taking
Big
land and plundering.
Yeah.
Big
Pilgrim fan.
All right, let's go. What's the first matchup?
We shall get into it. Get ready to get your radars punked rocked,
Don't say
guys.
it again.
Get ready for Punk Rock Radar to ping you hard on this episode.
You're back. The first matchup, which is going to be John discussing this, which is probably one of the best matchups of the entire bracket, which is going to be the Bouncing Souls self-titled record up against Pulley together again for the first time. John, what do you have to say of these two records?
Yeah, we got the first listenable Bouncing Souls album, I think. And one of my favorite Pulley records, I think number 2 or 3. I used to think I didn't really like this Souls album, but I listened to it a lot this week. Definitely more a fan of Anchors and Summer Vacation, but there's some good songs on here. But this Pulley record, despite what our buddy Peter Pan, the slander he's slinging in the chat, I disagree with him. I think this is the far superior record, so I'm going to pick Together Again for the first time. It's got, History, In Search, Ocean Song, tons of good tracks on here, so let's go with Pulley.
All right. So 1 vote for Pulley. And Lewis, what do you have to say about these two records?
Yeah, I mean, according to Mortal Coil, these posers are going for Pulley, and I think he's right because I'm definitely picking Pulley here too. I mean, this Souls record's okay. I actually kind of disagree, John. I don't know if this is the first good Souls record. It's got
Listenable.
the elements.
The first
of good
listenable,
songs
I
on it.
said.
It's got the problem with this album is I think the last 3 tracks are my favorite, and they're like 2 of them are joke tracks. So I mean, I love Shark Attack. It's a great song. So I mean, I don't know. This record is a really mixed bag. I mean, I know there's people who love this early soul stuff, but man, I don't know. Not great. This Pulley record's really good though. Not my favorite record, but solid, competent, enjoyable. Got through the whole record with barely any skips. I'm going Pulley, no question. So,
all right, Pulley, no question. And Dylan, what do you have to say about these 2 records?
It's a bit of a toss-up for me. I think that the songs on the Bouncing Souls record are better as live songs than they are on this record. Obviously, East Coast Fuck You being like the Bouncing Souls song from this album. But Kate is great, Say Anything.
Mm-hmm.
Shark Attack.
Toilet
Shark
song,
Attack.
pretty fun.
Shark
Yeah, Shark
Attack.
Attack. I'm pulling an Elliot here though, because I'm gonna go with Pulley, because I think it's the better album, better production, better songs. Pulley.
I don't know. I really like this Bouncing Souls record. I remember this was like one of the first ones that I listened to because my friend had it. Lots of great tracks on here. Also, the Men Singers split do a great cover of Kate is Great. So, some love for the Men Singers there. I mean, it's got Say Anything. I don't know. It's a really fun record. Really fun, like lots of upbeat bro anthems. But I don't know. The Pulley record, to me, it's like Pulley's that like punkorama band where every time you heard a song by them on a punkorama, it was like one of the best songs on the whole fucking compilation. Like, I don't know. They always stood out. And there's like so many just like fucking great songs in Together Again for the first time. There's like Runaway. There's Hooray for Me. It just kind of doesn't stop. And I think it's like one of the most like consistent pop punk records of the early 2000s. And Dylan left. So
He had like a mouthful of sunflower seeds and he just bounced.
He was like, "Here, I'll go Pulley." He left. But I'll go Pulley as well. But I would say a lot of love for this Bouncing Souls record. It's a great time revisiting it and listening to it. And I definitely see the appeal of like, well, not super, super old Souls. I mean, like, it's fine. It's like charming. But this record and even Maniacal Laughter, I can see the kind of rough, super fun appeal to them. It's very skatable too, very skatable record.
I think I like Laughter better than this one, man. I don't know. A lot of people do.
A lot of people do.
I thought I liked this record a lot more than I did, and listening to it this week, I was like, I don't know if I really like the Bouncing Souls that much anymore. I've been having these realizations in my life, but yeah. I mean, at least Summer Vacation will always exist.
We used to say, like, how did they get signed to Epitaph off of those first few records? Yeah. Like, it's like a miracle. This random East Coast band.
Laughter is a good album. Stop that.
Yeah,
I just said it.
I disagree.
Well, John doesn't.
I don't like it.
I agree though with the sentiment. Like in those records get you signed to Epitaph. It's a little strange.
Yeah,
but all right.
It's very.
There's a vibe.
They just wanted an East Coast band, I think, obviously. So.
But let's go to the chat and see what they are voting for here. Also, just a quick little update here. We have a new rule that if it is ever a 3-1, that is mean 3 to one of us, and chat is able to pull a wild 75% out and vote against it, the chat will overrule the 3 and that record will move on. So chat, if you're able to get a record above 75% and one of us has at least voted for that record's moving on.
We're going to get trolled.
You explained that much more eloquently than I did last week.
Oh, I remember.
I didn't know how to phrase it. But that's
okay.
Very good explanation.
Thank you. But the Bouncing Souls did not get 75%, nor did one of us even vote for it. But it's very close. Bouncing Souls, 55%. Pulley, 45%. So very close, almost completely tied. And what are the people saying? People talking about Dylan eating seeds. Let's see here. Where is it at? All You Can Hit says Pulley better than Souls. I guess he's voting for Pulley now. Mick D says Menzinger shout out already. That's right. I did shout. It's a good split. Murderholic says Souls get 80, and then no, they did not get 80. They were very close for a second. Douglas Shell says Dylan with the Dipsy Doodle. I don't know what that means.
No,
you know what that means, Dylan?
Sunflower seeds. He thinks it is chewing tobacco.
Oh. Douglas Shell says pounding the seeds. Murderholic says Dylan ear reveal. People were very hyped about the seeds and seeing one of your ears. So we don't get to see your ears very often.
Oh, man.
Doesn't this, like, this flap thing, it means you're, like, more prone to cancer or some shit, isn't it? With that little extra thing down there.
Your earlobe?
No, when you have, like, a little ridge and it's, like, extended, it's all fucked up.
I don't know, man, but female viewership is spiking. Keep it going. I don't know.
Premium content unlocked.
Yeah, premium content. Dylan concerned about ear cancer. But let's move on to the next record here. And Lewis, you get to start us off with two killer records here. We got the U.S. Bombs the World. U.S. Bombs the World. You know what? That's a fun little album thing. Okay, in Total Chaos, I can't remember the name of this Total Chaos record, but it doesn't really matter. It sounds like every other Total Chaos record. So go ahead. What do you have to say about these two records, Lewis?
I think with the way you introduced them, you should have went first because, I'm like whatever on both these records. I thought they were both just okay. I don't really have anything to say about either of these records. I thought they were fine. I think I'm going to pick Total Chaos because I liked it a little bit better. That's really all I have to say. I think I'll never listen to either of these records again. I'm sorry, I'd never listened to them before. So Total Chaos is my pick.
Dylan, U.S. Bombs, Total Chaos. Let's fucking go. All
right. Both bands suck. I didn't listen to the albums. Let's go with the U.S. Bombs.
Bombs.
Damn. All right. Well, I like the U.S. Bombs. So, I think the U.S. Bombs are a good band, despite all of Dwayne Peters' trials and tribulations and maybe some of his controversial comments. Also, I want to know if this is true or not. Leftover Crack has a song, which also is showing up on here. The song is on there, Gay Rude Boys Unite. I was under the impression from people telling me back in the day that Gay Rude Boys Unite was about it's like a sneak diss to the U.S. Bombs because Dwayne Peters said some homophobic stuff and they were like signed to the same level. Did anybody else hear that? Let me know in the chat or you guys. I don't know if that's true or not. But despite all that, I do like the U.S. Bombs. I think they have like a pretty distinct style. I think it's some pretty fun, like skatable street punk music. This record itself is not super great, but there is a few good songs on it. 70s, 60s is a great track, cool little bass intro. I think it's fun. That Your Country song is killer. There's way better records, but I don't know. I never really liked Total Chaos. Total Chaos is like the standard, just like generic street punk band. Like, I don't know. I feel like U.S. Bombs at least have a lot more distinct personality when it comes to the genre. So I'm going U.S. Bombs.
Listen, buddy, you don't diss the Casualties like that. They are the archetype of the generic street punk band. But
dude, I love Defiance. What are you talking about? I'm really into The Virus. No.
Lewis loves The
Virus. Favorite street punk band.
I know. The Virus is much better than Total Chaos. Like, way better. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
So, but John, what do you have to say about these two bands that I know you care deeply about?
No, I listened to both of these, honestly, and I think we had a U.S. Bombs record last week or the week before, and I didn't really like it. I think this is much better. And then the Total Chaos, this one is the least street punky of the ones we've had so far. It's like the most, I guess, Hellcat sounding of the album so far. I didn't think it was that bad.
It's the most clean, definitely.
Yeah, it sonically sounds the best for sure.
Yeah,
easily, yeah.
So of these two bands that I don't give a shit about, I thought they both put a good effort in. But I think I did like the U.S. Bombs slightly better. So just because I like the style a little better. So I'm gonna go with U.S. Bombs the World.
All right, let's go. U.S. bombs the world. What is the chat saying? Yeah, get fucked, Lewis. I know you cared a lot about this matchup.
Listen, man. Listen, man. I'm just gonna get back to the streets, to my roots. It's gonna be just fine. I'll hang out. I'll hang out with my friends with the spiked jackets and the Liberty spikes, and we'll be fine. But go
The
on.
very
mean
expensive
streets.
homeless people.
The mean streets of rural upstate New York.
Hey, dude, it gets raw up here. You know what it's like. It's crazy.
Oh,
We got
dude,
fe- we got drug-
radar is getting
we got-
punk rocked left and right up there. So
We got fentanyl problems. It's wild. So,
but the U.S. bombs at 63%, total chaos at 37%. What is the people saying? And Douglas Shell says Elliot's new haircut is a U.S. bob. Thank you.
that was very funny. That was the best joke I've seen tonight. So I just
Yeah.
wanted to call that one out. Good job.
That was good.
And Almost Punkin' Up says it's a diss to Tim Armstrong, I think. I thought it had to do with the U.S. because he signed the U.S. bombs to Hellcat. Maybe it's just Tim Armstrong. It is a diss to somebody at Hellcat. It's a diss track. So it's a diss
Tim
track.
Armstrong also gets dissed in a propaganda album. I mean, it's all
Does
over
he?
the place.
And
guy, yeah,
and
he's,
on
yeah.
and on Clear Channel, fuck off. More leftover practice.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
more leftover kick, yeah.
So leave that poor man alone. Immortal Coil says Murderholic's actually making sense today. Murderholic says I hate Total Chaos.
I don't know if that was the reverse psychology thing they were going to try, but whatever. This album's pretty good.
Let's see here. Mick D says no, but I heard how much of a Dick Peters was to Tony Hawk. Not sure how you can hate on that guy. People do. People think he stole the 900, which I don't know how you steal a spin, but a lot of people talk about it. So Tony Hawk decided to spin more than somebody else, and he stole it. Apparently, leave that poor pedo alone. Says Graham Cuthbert. All right.
That's also a quality comment. Good job, Graham.
Yeah. Accusations only. We're not making any statement on Tim Armstrong here. So, but let's move on to the next matchup here, which is going to be Dylan, which is going to be Pennywise, straight ahead, up against the Unseen State of Discontent.
The Unseen are a pretty good band, and this is a pretty good album, but unfortunately for them, Pennywise is a better band, and Straight Ahead is also a better album, and that's why I'm going to vote for it. I think this is, perhaps, maybe, potentially, perchance, the best Pennywise album. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong there.
I'm pretty sure Lewis agrees with you. So, that this is the best one, right? Straight Ahead.
I think it's the best one, but yeah.
I mean, the Unseen was like that time when I was like 2005, 2006, and I was really getting into punk music. There was like Anti-Flag signed to a major label with For Blood and Empires, and just all of these like political street punk bands randomly got like some mainstream success for a little bit, and even the Unseen did with their Anti-Therapy anthem, which is Scream Out, had a music video and everything. So the Unseen are kind of like a little bit of a cringy band at times, but I have a lot of nostalgia for them, and I think this record just really fucking rips, honestly. And I've listened to this so many fucking times. I think Dead Weight Falls is like an all-time track, and I feel like I get way more hype listening to this Unseen record than I do the Pennywise record. I'm going to go with the Unseen record because, I don't know, it just has a lot of energy behind it, a lot of cool guitar riffs, a lot more interesting, I wouldn't say interesting stuff. It's got different stuff that appeals to my musical sensibilities more, we'll say that. And John, what do you think of these two records?
Yeah, I think
You
this.
get the poll going, Elliot. Sorry.
Yeah.
What's up? What'd you say?
The poll.
The poll.
Yes.
I think this is hands down the best matchup of round one. This is my second favorite Pennywise record. It's got Victim of Reality, Might Be a Dream, the title track, One Voice is a good one, American Dream, Badge of Pride. I'm going to tell this story. I don't know if we've told this before, but Lewis and I, we were supposed to play with the Unseen on the...
I was going to do this
Oh,
story.
yeah. All right, I'll leave it to you. It was on the Explode tour.
No. Tell
right.
it. Tell it. Yeah, tell it. You're good.
So, yeah, the Unseen was playing... it was Explode, right? It was the Explode tour. and we got a show with them in Connecticut. And I think Lewis, you got like bronchitis or something the day before. We had to bail. I forget.
Yeah, dude, I had bronchitis, mono, and a throat infection at the same time. I was like on every antibiotic, and I had these two nurses just shot penicillin straight into my ass cheeks. It was a pretty rough time, but we had to bail on the show.
Yeah.
What a pussy.
Yeah.
What a pussy. You should have played.
Yeah,
I should have.
we made the coolest flyers too and everything. We were so stoked. But yeah, I love the Unseen. This is my favorite Unseen record of the street punk bands. I think Elliot, you've said it. It's like the most easy to listen to, but still have a little bit of street punk feel. But yeah, Scream Out is on, I think, Burnout, one of the Burnout soundtracks. Yeah, this whole album's good, but I'm gonna go with Straight Ahead. It's probably a top 15 Epitaph album for me. So let's go Pennywise.
Let's
The
go.
signature Elliot move.
So I'm contrarian here. So let's see here. What do we have in chat? Chat.
I didn't vote yet, but that's cool.
Oh, I'm sorry. I assumed you're going to vote
Classic.
Pennywise. But explain the situation here. Explain why you're voting for the Unseen, Lewis.
Okay, I have really not much to say. John told the story, but yeah, this album rules. If this had been, I think this was the street album I would have liked to see go up against the Total Chaos or something. But this is not really a fair matchup. Straight Ahead is like one of my favorite records of all time, and I think the best Pennywise record. But this is a really David Goliath for me. I think this Unseen record is great, but not going to happen. And I think you're right, John. I think it was Explode. But this album could have been what just came out because it would have been like 05, 06. So who knows?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, really good Unseen record. So no hate on it, but Pennywise for sure.
Yeah.
All right. So 3-1 Pennywise. In the chat, are they going to side with the Unseen and give us a big swing back to reality? No, they are not. They're going with Pennywise, 86%. The Unseen, 14%. Now 13%. Back to 14. We're ending the poll.
Dude, Straight Ahead is like almost immaculate. It's so goddamn good. I'm sorry. This Unseen record is fine though.
It was like one of my childhood records. I had to go for it. I assumed it was good. Pennywise was going to win anyways. Let's see here. What are the people saying? All You Can Hit says Pennywise sucks, followed by haha, I am being sarcastic.
Yeah. Got us.
That's
How about Doug Lachelle with Lewis took an ass shot. There's
That's
Doug
right.
with the
Yeah.
easy pickings. Yeah.
Yeah, he got his radar punk rocked. And Sriracha says, please don't joke in the chat. Thank you. Nick. All right, I don't know why. It scares me to say some of these people's names here.
Jesus Christ.
It sounds like it's going to be a bad pun. I'm going to get trapped into something.
Just say Nick K. Nick K. Is fine.
Nick K. Straight Ahead is my favorite Pennywise album. And Murderholics, At's Almost Punk Enough and says I'm never wrong. And Almost Punk Enough said earlier, it's okay to be wrong. So some sort of argument going on between Almost Punk Enough and Murderholics. Maybe that will get resolved by the time we figure out the Offspring versus L7, which I'll start us off with here. I mean, it's going to be the Offspring record. I don't mind the L7 record. I don't ever really listen to L7. They're just like, I remember like, my cousin was dating a girl who went to like this art college in Baltimore, and like all these art kids, they all listened to like L7 and like Moss Icon and Fugazi, and those were like all the music they played all the time. So I always associate it with kind of the kind of art kid crowd. But I'm going with the Offspring record. I think Ignition is the first good Offspring record, and I think it's a fun listen to. So, John, what do you have to say here?
Yeah, I fully expected to hate this L7 record, but I thought it was pretty decent. And yeah, shout out Jennifer Finch, friend of the channel, so put that out there. But yeah, I've never been a huge fan of Ignition. I mean, I think it's decent, but I feel like, obviously the next one is Smash, and then you got Ixnay and Americana. Like, I know some people will say Ignition's the best. I'm sure some people will say it now, but it's not the best, but it's decent. I think Session's a good song. We Are One is a good song. The original Dirty Magic is good. Yeah, I'm gonna vote for Ignition, but it's not a blowout as I expected when I first saw this.
Yeah, it's an L7 record's not that bad.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. Lewis, what do you have to say?
Yeah, this is a kind of a weird one, I guess. I mean, I don't hate this L7 record by any means. I thought it was pretty good. It's just not
Offspring
really my
hater.
style. I am relatively an Offspring hater, so I really don't like Ignition really at all. I got to be honest. I'm gonna go L7. Why not? I mean, let's do a shout. I'm not a misogynist. I support women in music, unlike my friends here. So I'm going L7. Let's see what Dylan has to say.
All right, Dylan. What do you have to
Damn.
say?
Give me quite a T to hit off of here.
I know. So, as a fan of misogyny, what do you have to say about these two matchups here?
John said something. The singer is a friend of the channel or something, I guess. So I don't want to say anything too mean. I don't know. I associate L7 more with like grunge almost, because I guess they make the fuzzy, deep guitar tone and stuff.
That's
and
fair.
the only L7 I had heard before this was "Pretend We're Dead," which was on a Guitar Hero game. So I'm not cultured in the lore of L7. I do like Ignition. I think Ignition's a pretty good album, and I agree with you, Elliot. It's the first good Offspring album.
Yeah.
Despite the fucking spazzes who said that we were wrong about the first album on that video. Yeah, I'm gonna vote Ignition.
I actually think the first good Offspring record was Supercharged, but
Oh yes, the best.
Oh, that's the best, the apex of their mastery.
when they finally found their sound.
Yeah,
with,
it's
they
been
reached
just
a
non-stop
zenith.
upward trajectory for the Offspring.
for the Offspring.
They haven't even begun to peak.
Amazing highs and,
I know.
non-existent lows. It's amazing.
I can't wait for the next record. We made it to Brazil. So,
Oh yeah.
but
We all know about that.
what is the chat saying? I'm sure the chat is saying a lot of very important, insightful things, and also their vote matters. Who wins? The Offspring, 72%, L7, 28%. So some love for L7. Honestly, not a bad record at all. And let's see here. What are the people saying? Immortal Coil says, gotta vote the ladies. So, Immortal Coil, total lady killer, as we can see.
Noodles
from our-
kind of looks like a 80-year-old woman, I guess. Maybe you can frame it that way.
He does look like a grandma who's been
Yeah.
smoking like Newport 100s for like 40 years.
Yeah. It's the beer
Immortal
bottle
Coil's-
glasses.
Yeah. Mortal Coil says, sounds annoying, Elliot. I think in response to me talking about the art crowd, he talked about the hipsters and flannel for the men's singer, so I wore my flannel shirt just to protest Immortal Coil hating on flannels. He's Canadian. When I think of a Canadian, what do you think of? You think of a flannel shirt. Like, what is
Yeah.
going on with this guy?
Give your balls a tug, Immortal Coil.
Okay, Mortal Coil is great. We love him. He helps out the channel. Does all the shorts.
He's so
Murderholics.
tall.
Murderholics,
That's
and he's
joke.
very tall. Murderholic says, I am a self-titled liker. Wow. Bad take. Murderholic says, let's go Lewis. Doug Lachelle says, let's go Lewis. So people hyped on the Lewis decision for L7. And Murderholic says, vote L7, Dylan. He didn't. And
Yeah, man. Some of us actually like women. I don't know what to tell you, but it's okay. We should move on.
I like cocks and balls personally. So, Trek
Somebody
Tail
clip
says
that.
Dylan
All
is
right,
a
go
wise
ahead.
man.
Immortal Coil clip.
Oh yeah, clip that one. Let's make that a button that John
Oh.
can press.
No, we do. We got a soundboard in the Discord. We can have Dylan just saying, I like cock and balls. Cock and That's the next record of the week stream, dude. That's how we're starting it off. But let's go ahead and move on to the next matchup here, which is going to be John, which is going to be dead fucking last up against the Joy Killer. And what do you is it the Joy Killers or the Joy Killer? I
The
can't
Joy
remember.
Killer, I think. Yeah.
Is it just the Joy Killer?
Singular.
Singular
Like the
killer.
bankrupt wireless company.
All right. So DFL proud to be up against the Joy Killer 3. Go ahead. Always good to name your record a number.
All right. I'm just gonna. I'm trying to like choose my words wisely here.
Okay.
DFL, super cool guys, cool band. But I'm gonna be honest, I don't really like either of these. I'm trying to like skirt that line if you don't have anything nice to say. But the Joy Killer album is just awful. It just like the other one. I mean, the album cover is kind of interesting, but I'm gonna vote for DFL just because they're cool dudes, and I don't know. I don't like either of these. I'm at a loss for words. I'm sorry, but yeah, I don't like either of them.
Industry contacts, folks.
I know. So John would smoke a blunt with DFL, but he would not listen to their records. So
John would never smoke a blunt, period. But he'd hang out with DFL. Maybe he'd eat some candy with him or something. I don't know.
He'd eat some Sour Patch Kids and Cheez-Its with DFL. So
Hell yeah.
but
Hit me up, guys.
Hit me up. Lewis, DFL versus the Joy Killer. What do you have to say? We value.
I don't
your
know.
opinion.
I don't know, man. Like, I thought the Joy Killer wasn't that great, but I didn't think it was that bad. I mean, it's obviously out of style with the rest of the stuff we're listening to, but I like what's his name from TSOL, Jack. So it was all right. I also don't really like the DFL record too much, so no offense to if you're watching, I guess, but wasn't my favorite. You could say it was almost dead fucking last in my heart this round, but I'm gonna say DFL. We're gonna give it to them. They're not dead fucking last right now, so that's good.
All right. Dylan, DFL versus the Joy Killer. What do you have to say?
DFL record sounds like if you're overdosing on heroin at a dive bar listening to a Beastie Boys cover band play in the other room.
What?
Early Beastie Boys, like when they were a punk band, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds like a compliment, honestly.
Yeah, that's pretty dope. I love
You're
all
laying on the
pretty
bathroom
sick,
floor,
honestly.
foaming at the mouth, and this is all the last thing you're gonna hear in your life.
Really
The-
putting DFL into context for me. I'm kind of
yeah.
Go ahead, Dylan.
The Joy Killer, on the other hand, I mean, like, it's more musical and well produced and all that fun stuff, but like, it's just not compelling in the slightest.
Yeah.
The Joy Killer is gonna be
There you
my
go.
pick.
There you
There
go,
you
Joy
go.
Killer. All
I was
right.
almost there, man. If Elliot, if you're going DFL, I'll flip it. We'll let chat decide. So up to you.
What'd you go, DFL or Joy Killer?
I did DFL. I kind of did your thing where I praised the other one, but it's fine.
Oh, okay. I mean, I'm not gonna praise Joy Killer at all. It's very generic. I mean, maybe it's a step up from the last record, but it just bores me. It just sounds like soundtrack music for the most part of like maybe some kind of like alternative '90s indie project or something like that. It's something in the background. DFL, it's like a shitty band, but like it's kind of like supposed to be shitty for my like when I listen to this, I'm like, this just sounds like it's supposed to be bad.
Yeah.
And it sounds like it's supposed to be just kind of goofy and offensive and like obnoxious. It reminds me of there's like a ton of bands that do this. Like I mentioned them multiple times, but Baltimore's own Cop Stabber is very much like this, where they know they're shitty, they write shitty songs, and it's really fun to see them live and get fucking drunk and rock out to them. And DFL kind of has the same vibe, and I don't mind it. I think it's like, you know, it's not something I'm like listening to that often, but it's fulfilling its purpose. It's just being this kind of abrasive, noisy, kind of garbage punk band, and that's what they want to be. So I'm going DFL.
Man.
John,
Yeah,
do you remember World's Scariest Police Chases? You remember that band?
Yeah. They had the album cover that kind of looked like Dookie, right?
Yeah. The album title was like Dookie and Out Come the Wolves.
Yeah.
Some punky.
That's
I don't
awesome.
remember. They were,
Out Comes
now that
the
I think of
Dookie.
it, that was like a similar thing to
Yeah.
what you just described.
Yeah, I mean, like it's kind of like let's just make like a bunch of like shitty like poorly produced punk songs, and like that's punk. You know what I mean? It's like it's a vibe more than it is like well written stuff. It's like it's to see live, I would say, for the most part. And I mean, people listen to this stuff, but
We had a local
ahead.
band called Murder. We had a local band called Murder Shift, which
That's
is very
awesome.
vibes based. Yeah. You remember Murder Shift, John?
I do. Yeah, I mean they played all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, very vibes based. They had a song called "Sleeping Jesus Dance Party," and that's the shit. It's good times.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I hear DFL. That's what I hear. So
I'm keeping DFL. I'm proud of my vote now. So.
Okay, I convinced you. All right.
Yeah. If you're bad and you embrace the fact that you're bad, you will win the bracket. That's what we got.
That's what I feel like. I mean, like, hopefully DFL is not listening to this and being like, well, we put like a lot of like emotional time and energy to these songs that mean a lot. It sounds like they're just having fun making music. So
let's go with that.
Where the Joy Killer feels like they're trying to like make something, and I don't like it. So
it's a super group. Oh.
Yeah, whatever. Super groups.
We're just projecting mediocrity on them. Let's go with it. We've discussed these two more than any other album so far.
It was a great time.
Yeah.
Who wins? DFL 72%, The Joy Killer 28%. So most people are on. I mean, is that how most people view DFL? I just want to know. Like, so
I'm sure there's fans who legitimately think they're great. You know.
Yeah, I'm assuming is that like the appeal of DFL? Because that's what I'm assuming it is. Danzig's cat says Dylan is making DFL sound sick. That's what I'm saying. He made him sound pretty good. Taco Man 02 says Joy Killer without an S is a mistake. And Douglas Murderholic says vote DFL Peter Pan, and Douglas Shell says do it for the scene.
I agree with Maya though. Like, this needs an indifferent. We should have like one vote. Indifferent.
I can add that if you want. That'd be funny to add an indifferent vote to it. So
I like it. Things like this deserve it.
I know. So congratulations, Maya. You have now changed the stream in the course of the stream forever in all of history. So you're part of history here. And let's move on to the next. Go ahead, John.
If indifferent gets a 3-1, then nobody advances.
Yeah, we just leave the albums behind. We both go ahead. I think we should just move everybody ahead and call it a night and do the Thanksgiving foods tier list. But let's move on to the next one here, which is going to be Millencolin, Life on a Plate, up against Veara. I'll get a little R there. What is it called? What We Left Behind. Lewis.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think this is going to surprise anyone. Veara is okay. I mean, it's definitely not my style. It's pretty serviceable pop punk. It was enjoyable relatively to listen to, but man, I'll never listen to it again. I felt like I was trapped in a girl's car in 2008. No offense. Now I'm going against the ladies. Dude. Yeah, I know, but not in a good way. She's driving. She doesn't know where she's going. So I'm.
This is dangerous path you're going down right now.
This is the man who voted for L7. Just remember
this is the man who voted for L7. So that's called.
Watch out for allies. That's all I'm telling you.
That's social currency. I'm just leveraging it now. No, but for real though, Life on a Plate is just a much better record. It's a classic. It is by. I saw somebody comment it's their favorite or best Millencolin record. It is by no means, in my opinion, but it's better than this Veara record. So I'm going Millencolin. Bully on the Lone is better than any song on the Veara record. So.
Hold on real quick. This is pretty funny. Since I've added the indifferent part to the poll, Veara has no votes, and all the votes are going to indifferent and Millencolin. I don't know if this is going to work. It seems kind of mean to add the indifferent one now that I'm looking at it. Sorry to interrupt, Liz, because I saw that. It's still only. Veara got 4%. That's crazy.
I don't know, man. I'm reading Danzig's. I'm reading Richard's comment is making me crack up. Lewis is making this band sound sick now. So yeah, this is good shit.
Trapped in a scene girl's car in 2008. Sign me up. Veara gets my vote. No, go ahead, Dylan. What do you have to say?
I remember when the Veara record came out, and not at the time I wasn't that impressed with it. It was just like somewhere between like Newfound Glory and Set Your Goals and 4 Years Strong and just a bunch of other bands that were doing this sound better at the time. It's had like a very minor resurgence with me for whatever reason, but I still don't think can touch the Millencolin album, despite what Finn McKenty says about it, about the drums being all over the place and all that stuff on the Millencolin record. Life on the Plate. I mean, it's not my favorite. It's definitely like a top 5 Millencolin record though, and that's good enough for it to move on.
All right, so it's not even breaching my top 100 records. Gotcha. No, I'm kidding. Well, let's go ahead. Yeah, I mean, the Veara record, I mean, is super solid. Easy core record is kind of fun to listen to. I mean, I would have never have listened to this stuff in high school. I know this stuff was popular, but going back to it, like later, I remember going back to like kind of All Time Low and this era of it. It's fun. Like I have nothing against it. I have a good time going back and listening to it. A lot of cool guitar riffs. A lot of obviously like really talented musicians. The guys who put these bands together. I'll still go with the Millencolin record, though. I've listened to the Millencolin record way more. Veara was one I was never familiar with. Bullion alone, I think, is better than anything on the Veara record. But, I mean, the Veara record, I think, is a super solid, easy core pop-punk record. And, John, what do you have to say about these two?
Yeah, I think I like the Veara record more than all you guys. I think it's a good album. I think their second album is actually really good. The Growing Up Is Killing Me. It's got a song with Dan Soupy Campbell from the Wonder Years. That's a banger. I like the first track on here. We Have a Body Count. And I'm with Dylan. I feel like Life on a Plate, I don't understand when people say this is the best Millencolin album. Matt had it as his lone S tier, if I'm remembering correctly. Yeah, it's got Bullion, Olympic, Friends Till the End. But there's some stinkers on here. Like there's your typical goofy Millencolin tracks, but
Balkaneers.
Yeah,
kind of a trash song.
Definitely not the best Millencolin. But if I'm being truthful, and I do like Veara, and they just pressed this album today. If you like it as well, but judging by the 4%, I'm assuming no.
There's the 4%. That's like a person.
Yeah, there's
the whole person.
So whoever's watching and you voted for this, they're pressing this for the first time on 4 pretty cool colors. So go check that out. But I'm gonna vote for Millencolin.
Yeah.
All right, so we've got a full sleep for Millencolin, correct? And let's go to the chat here. I don't know about this indifferent thing here, but we got Millencolin at 65%, Veara at 4%, and 31% indifferent. So I don't know. Should we keep the indifferent part?
It's a nice wrinkle, I think. Right? It's.
I guess I kind of like the back and forth of the bands, like a little bit more than just like all of it going to indifferent.
Do a vote if we should keep indifferent. Yes, no, or indifferent. Let's see what happens.
That's pretty good. That's good. Let's do it. No way you're keeping it. There's no way we can keep it. It's too goofy. I'll do a vote, then I'll ignore it. All right. But I'm not gonna do a vote. We're not keeping indifferent.
I like indifferent, man. I mean, we get
like indifferent.
We get so many votes just based on a band's name that no one's ever heard the record.
Exactly.
Like, oh well, it's got to be good. Yeah. So I don't know.
I mean, the back and forth is more interesting than all of it going to different.
Fair enough. All right.
It's too gimmicky. Murderholic says too gimmicky.
Oh yeah, you're gonna start agreeing with Murderholics now that it's convenient.
Yeah. Yeah,
Murderholic's a broken clock is right twice a day, John.
Once we get out of this, once we get into round 2 of this shit anyway, no one's gonna be indifferent, so who cares? So
yeah, all right.
Yeah,
well,
and Nick says indifferent is for the people who don't know either albums. You don't have to vote. And Murderholic says, "Yeah, you finally agree with me." Murderholics, I think Murderholic's probably the most right person in chat. Well, Dylan, let's move on here. We've got 2 psychobilly bands. I know you're a big psychobilly guy. You play the stand-up bass in his YouTube channel. He does stand-up bass covers. We've got Tiger Army, Power of Moonlight up against the Necromantics. What is the name of this record? Something goofy and punny, I'm sure. Let's see here. What is it called? It's, Return of the Loving Dead. There you go. Yeah. So what do you have to say about this record, Dylan?
I just spent the last 5 minutes trying to remember another band from the Veara record time period. It was Heart Sounds. I was thinking of.
That was Epitaph too, right? We didn't get that one on here. I'm pretty sure it was Epitaph. We missed it.
Oh shit, it was. Until We Surrender. Yeah, that's another band that sounds like this Veara sound. I don't know why I thought of that. I don't give a fuck about either of these albums, so we'll vote for the AFI adjacent band Tiger Army.
Yeah, they have the same bassist, right?
At this point in time, yes.
At this point in time, yes.
First AFI bass, it starts with a G. I don't remember his name.
I forget his name too, but yeah,
Gregory?
I mean, I kind of Necromantics is one of these bands I just like never liked. I don't like them. I don't like goofy bands that have like a goofy gimmick and like all their songs are like basically just jokes. So I'm not into it. I don't find it funny. I don't find it amusing. Tiger Army is a band that writes real songs and real music, and I think this is like a really good fucking record. Is this the one with Annabelle Lee, or is that the first one? No, Annabelle Lee, fucking killer song. In the Orchard is great. Under Satin Shadow. I mean, there's so many good songs on this. And Necromantic, do they have like something about a cheerleader? Yeah, who killed the cheerleader?
Well, that song's a banger, but I'm gonna cover it. So
it's like the only decent song, I guess. Yeah. So, but I've always hated the Necromantics. I've never understood the appeal at all. Which I think there's not much appeal because I don't think they have many fans, to be honest.
No.
But go ahead, John. What do you have to say about the Necromantics versus Tiger Army?
Yeah, this is not my style. I don't like rockabilly. I don't like either of these bands. But I actually really dislike Tiger Army. I don't think I like a single Tiger Army song. And I thought the Necromantics album was slightly better. I'll never listen to it again. I won't be upset if and when it does lose. But I personally like it better than Tiger Army, who I think is just a bad band, not my thing. So I'm gonna vote for the Necromantics and that sick haircut on the cover of this album.
This might be John's. This might be John's worst take ever in the history of this channel.
Yeah, this is weirdly his hottest take. I feel like.
I kind of like the Necromantics album. Like, I don't think it's terrible. Who Killed the Cheerleader was on, I think, one of the Give 'Em the Boots or something. And we used to listen to it all the time in the car because we thought it was funny. But I agree with Elliot. Like, most of these songs are just gimmicky. It's not as well written or well produced or just sounds as good as the Tiger Army record. Tiger Army 2 is really, really, really good. It's a really good record. You mentioned a bunch of them, but Cupid's Victim's really good. Oh God, what's that? Shit, I'm forgetting the name of the track. When the Night Comes Down, that's a really good one too. I mean, this whole album's really good from beginning to end. So I'm gonna go very strongly with Tiger Army, but enjoy your Necromantics if it's your thing.
Tiger Army never dies, dude. So, I mean, I don't know. That was I think it was one of John's hottest takes.
I don't like Tiger Army. It's
I feel
casually dropped.
I don't like
there was flames shooting out of the computer at me.
It's just like, yeah, here's one of my hottest takes, and next. I hate the Necromantics, so that's crazy. But I mean, that's what we like. We like diversity of thought here. Unless
I'm more of a Christmas guy than a Halloween guy. This isn't my scene. I'm sorry.
You're more. Then why'd you pick the Necromantics?
It was the lesser. The lesser of two. I mean, they're
spookier.
They're both spooky, but like I'm saying, I don't like either one of them. But I really don't like Tiger Army.
Tiger Army is way more a December band, so I think your analogy's all messed up, John.
No way, man. These are both October bands. I don't care what you say.
That's true.
Tiger Army 2, 3, and 4 are such good albums, John. I can't believe this blasphemy going around. This is sad.
Who wins? Tiger Army 86% with a solid 14% in John's camp, with the Necromantics love here.
It's not. It's indifference, which is why that should be there.
Yeah, that's why it should be John. If we gave John the option for indifference, he would pick. We'll give John the option for indifference at least. But I believe. Let's see here. Maya said, "What was it? It wasn't a sincere suggestion, which was about the indifferent thing, and we take chat very seriously.
Yes,
so be careful with joking around in there." Murderholic says, "I like both of these albums."
Of course.
Is it to?
Of course.
Yeah. Of course. Bobby Morse is Tiger. Go ahead.
You often write Murderholics. I was just gonna say, but go on.
All You Can Hit says, "Let's help the scene and vote." I don't know, like vote Tiger Army, vote Necromantics. Maya says, love Tiger Army, easy choice. And Immortal Coil says, Tiger Army's so good. Necromantics is a 10 on Give 'em the Boot, but an actual 5. That's true.
That is a really good take,
that's a good
to be
point.
honest, because
that's probably the best take.
And I believe that the version, and I have this Necromantics record on vinyl. The version of Who Killed the Cheerleader is not the one. It's a shittier version than the one on Give 'em the Boot, I think. So stick with the Give 'em the Boot. It's pretty good. Stick with that 10. So.
Well, here we go. We've got Gabe Hill saying, I agree with John. I don't like Tiger Army. I think Necromantics are just okay. They are fun live.
14%, baby. Let's do it.
14%. That 14% out and about today. But
you guys should just move to the mountains and stop bothering people. All right, go on. Let's move on.
Yeah, Tiger Army wins. And we're moving down to the next round here, which is going to be Voodoo Glow Skulls, Band Geek Mafia, and Leftover Crack, Mediocre Generica. 2 records I've listened to a good bit. Leftover Crack I've listened to way more than Band Geek Mafia, though. And I think Band Geek Mafia is an underrated Voodoo Glow Skulls record. It definitely has a ton of great songs on it. The opening track, Human Pinata, is super good. Left for Dead. I mean, there's a lot of great songs in here. Voodoo Glow Skulls are, they're like a band where either you can get into them or you can't. They're sometimes a bit goofy. Sometimes they have some really good hardcore elements, but it's Stranded in the Jungles, a banger. I think that was on a Punkorama as well. But I mean, we're talking about like Leftover Cracks, Mediocre Generica, which Nazi White Trash is, I think, probably better than any song on Band Geek Mafia. Gay Brew Boys Unite, Crack City Rockers. Such a fucking just great record, just kind of like a record that started a genre. It's a perfect combination of crust and ska-core. It's Leftover Crack all day. And John, what do you got to say here?
Yeah, I mean, I recently came to the realization that I do not like ska, so I'm going to embrace it. I've never liked the Voodoo Glow Skulls, to be honest with you. It's too frantic for me. I think this Leftover Crack album is just a really classy, well-crafted, well-produced album. It's got some of my favorite tracks, Atheist Anthem. I love this Leftover Crack album. All jokes aside, this is like one of the ones like I think of Lewis, right? High school, we had this on all the time. It's full of bangers aside from maybe the interlude and like With the Sickness and Burning in Water, maybe the weak ones on here, but yeah, it's a really strong album. So I'm gonna vote for Mediocre Generica. Let's do it.
Let's do it. And Lewis, I think we know which way you're going.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to go. I'm an old crusty, but I'm going to take my time to shit on the Glow Skulls a little bit because I'm with John. I never liked the Glow Skulls either. And it seems funny to say this when this album's going up against Leftover Crack, but the vocals on the Glow Skulls suck ass. Like it feels like it doesn't even fit the music. These songs don't even sound good. I don't enjoy them at all. Like it sucks. Like I never understood. I've seen them live so many times, and all these people love them, and I don't fucking get it. So here's my hot take. So fuck them. The Leftover Crack album is incredible. I love Mediocre Generica. I love Crack Rock Steady. And it's funny because this album's like just leftover songs that they just never finished. Obviously, hence the name. They just kind of put it together. Band breaks up, and it's way better than anything the Glow Skulls ever put out. So there you go. Fucking let's go. So right, Dylan, you go.
Dylan. What do you have to say of Leftover Crack versus Voodoo Glow Skulls?
I'm extremely offended. And I was referred to as these people. What the hell? Voodoo Glow Skulls are fucking awesome. This is their second best album, right behind Fear Me. You got Symptomatic, Love Letter, They Always Come Back, Walking Frustration, The Band Geek Mafia, Hieroglyphics, Misunderstood, Hit a Guy with Glasses.
Are you just reading
fucking
the track
awesome.
list?
I am, like 3/4 of it. This is everything I highlighted.
That's what's up.
No, they're fucking great, man. I love this album.
I like
Voodoo Glow Skulls.
Mafia. All right, so a vote for the Voodoo Glow Skulls. Any hate to throw on Leftover Crack? Or are you just not a fan of this genre?
I'm not a hateful person like these other.
That's true. I've never. Dylan normally doesn't hate on anything. So
Mr. Positive, never say anything negative about anything.
You took away the indifference option, so we have to pick one or the other.
I mean, was there an indifference here? Was
No,
anybody
no,
indifferent
God,
here?
That was
I know.
vitriolic, hateful. I feel like a hate crime has been committed here. If I'm being
Dude, man,
honest.
I mean, Lewis definitely committed a hate crime against the Voodoo Glow
I've been
Skulls.
holding this shit inside of me. I've been holding this shit inside of me since like '04, when like my buddies would be pumped up, like, or like even 2002, pumped up like, oh, you want to go see the Glow Skulls? And I have to go there, pretend I'm having a fucking good time, and they suck.
You can't tell me the Glow Skulls were like, are they bad live?
I mean, it's whatever. I just didn't like it. I don't like it. It's not good. It's not good.
That's fine. That's fine. You don't have to like
Not
it. All right.
racist,
Dylan-
just doesn't like him.
All right.
That's what
So
Lewis just said.
yeah, Lewis, lover of women, hater of the Voodoo Glow Skulls. So.
Yes, that's correct.
We're just like going back and forth trying to see who can get canceled first.
But who wins? And let's go to the chat. We care about the chat. What does the chat have to say? The most important opinion of this whole stream. Voodoo Glow Skulls 30%. Leftover Crack at 70%. So almost a 75% sweep there.
Yeah, fuck you guys.
I know. So, I mean, the Mediocre Generica is such a good fucking record,
Yeah.
though, Dylan. I mean, I know you don't like the genre, but
I like the other Leftover Crack album more.
Fuck World Trade
Yeah.
or the new one, like the newish one,
Yeah,
Constructs of the
the-
State.
9/11.
rules.
No, yeah, Fuck World. Honestly, Fuck World Trade's awesome. So, it wasn't
Both
this
good.
record supposed to be called? What was this record supposed to be called, Lewis? Go ahead, tell everybody.
I don't want to say we get in trouble. It's
They got censored by.
I thought it was
Yeah.
the song
Like,
title, right?
it was S
Shoot
the kids at school. There you go. Dylan will say it. I don't want to get clipped. Yeah.
Demonetized. Murderholic says Flatliners did that sound the best. What, the Leftover Crack sound? Let's see here.
It's
Mortal
close.
Coil says
The early
favorite
one's
VGS.
close.
Yeah, I don't know. Mortal Coil says favorite VGS versus favorite LOC, but Mediocre Generica is a masterpiece. And All You Can Hit says VGS are good. This is my favorite album. Murderholic says Early Morning Glory is way better. I mean, Give Me Heroin.
No
an
way.
absolute banger,
No way.
Well, I don't know if they're talking about.
Heroin. Jack me up again. Give me heroin. Under
I mean,
my
that
skin.
album's-
Come on.
That album's good, but I don't know if we're talking about like There's No Time to Sleep, because that album is not nearly as.
Oh,
good as
was it
that.
Watching the
Yeah,
World
yeah.
Burn an EP or something? Whatever it's called.
The Whole World's Watching's an EP. Yeah.
The Whole World Watching. Yeah, okay. That EP's good. I mean, the
EP's
other
amazing,
ones.
yeah.
I mean, it's no way it's better than Mediocre Generic. Yeah.
Good record.
Voodoo Glow Skulls is decent live. It says so righteous. So that was one of the comments.
I mean, I'm really offended people with the Glow Skulls, guys. If you like the Glow Skulls, good on you. I don't have to like them, and I'm using them a forum to shit on them. But if you like them, go waste your money on their records and enjoy it. It's fine. So,
Damn.
All right, what's next?
We're in round 2 now. We need to hurry this up so we can get to John's
Yeah.
Thanksgiving.
Oh my
tier
god,
list.
it's
Yeah,
8
we gotta get
o'clock.
through this,
What the
man.
heck?
I know,
let's
it's 8
go.
o'clock. So let's do this.
Let's
we can do
go.
this pretty quickly. John, go ahead. Pulley versus U.S. bombs. What do you got to say? I'm going to start the poll. This really isn't too much to talk about with most of these.
Yeah.
yeah, let's
So
go.
ahead.
We
Start
talked too much.
start the poll, end the poll. It's Pulley. Let's do it.
Lightning round.
Okay.
Pulley.
Lewis.
Pulley.
Dylan.
Pulley for me.
All right, hold on. I gotta start this poll here. Give me a second here. So, I mean, Dylan, talk a little bit about the U.S. bombs, maybe. How much you love them.
I am most certainly not going to do that. And I'm going to vote for Pulley.
Yeah, it's gonna be together again for the first time. I mean, I like the U.S. bombs. I don't think there's a U.S. bombs record that can beat this Pulley record. Definitely not. But love for the U.S. bombs. I think they're a good band. I think they're a fun band. Song Jacks by the U.S. bombs is an awesome fucking song. So if you don't know anything about the U.S. bombs, check out the song Jacks, Jaks. And what are the people saying? Pulley is. Maybe we'll give it like a second to have a few more people vote. But it looks like Pulley is at 65% currently, and U.S. bombs at 35%. So a lot of U.S. bombs love. And Blair McBacken says Pullin' for Pulley, and Maddie says Pulley, obviously. And Murderholic says Morning Glory's Gang Control is better than Leftover Cracks. You're just like trying to make up hot takes.
I kind of agree with that one. But
Really?
I do. Yeah, I mean it's underproduced on the Morning Glory, but I like the structure of the song better. It's a little bit different.
I have to re-listen to it, but I always liked I mean,
I like the leftover crack one.
one's,
Don't get me
so
wrong,
good.
but I like the Morning Glory version. So yeah, I like that take.
Underproduced, meaning it sounds like it was.
It was
recorded through
it was
a phone
it was
or something.
recorded on a 4-track, I think, in a
Yeah,
slot.
it sounds like
so,
it sounds
yeah.
like shit, which gives it charm. And Murderholic says U.S. Bombs is better than Pulley. You know, there's worse takes out there that you've had. So
I don't know, man. They're
That's
all
a pretty bad take.
I know it's a top 10. Pulley's a top 10 band for John, and he doesn't really like U.S. Bombs. I at least like
Murderholics bombs the chat with a terrible take. Let's go on to the next one, guys.
Yeah, let's go on to the next one here. We've got Lewis. You're going to be starting us off here. I have no clue which way you're going to go. Known Pennywise hater, known Offspring lover. Pennywise straight ahead versus the Offspring. Ignition. Go, go, go.
Yeah, I gave a lot of strong feelings about this record, which I voted for L7 over before. Yeah, it's going to be straight ahead is the way superior record to the Offspring Ignition. So that's my vote.
Dylan.
It's the end of the line for the Offspring, unfortunately, because Pennywise is moving on.
Yeah, we'll go straight ahead as well. I like the Offspring record a lot, but the Pennywise record is definitely a much better record. So let's add straight ahead to the pile of Pennywise records. Moving on to round 2, and John, what do you got to say here?
Yeah, Pennywise straight ahead, easy.
Pennywise straight ahead, easy money. What are the people saying? Murderholic says this is the one I actually care about. Please, dude, Pennywise.
You got it.
Like, did you have any doubt? So, Techtail says Offspring lover here, and we have more than enough Pennywise. I mean, I agree with that. I'll say that. So, but never enough Pennywise.
Smash is the number 1 seed as of right now in the whole bracket.
Not good enough.
It's gonna go on to win the whole thing. So, but let's go ahead and Pennywise 82%, Offspring 8%. So Pennywise sweeping. And Dylan, we've got DFL's Proud to Be versus Millencolin's Life on a Plate. Go ahead, talk about these records.
I'm gonna keep it brief. Get them out of here. We're going with the Millencolin and underrated song on here, "The Story of My Life."
Is that underrated? I thought that was one of the more popular ones.
I don't know. I guess like Bullion's the only song I hear people talk about from here.
Maybe that's true. So, but yeah, I'll go Millencolin as well. But you know what? I appreciate the DFL record. I think it's fun. I enjoyed listening to it for the time that I had it in the car on. So it's a fun, just kind of, snotty, just kind of shitty punk record. But John, what do you have to say?
Yeah, I'm still impressed with how you summarized the DFL before. I'm viewing it in a different light now. But I'm still gonna vote Millencolin as the 5th best Millencolin album is still going to win. And I'll shout out again Olympic, which is my favorite song in here. But let's go Life on a Plate.
All right, and Lewis.
Yeah, man, DFL, whatever, but Millencolin is going to advance this round as by far the weakest record going past this stage. I think no, not the weakest, but it's in the lower class. It's not that great, but it's way better than this DFL record. So Life on a Plate. So
Life on a Plate. To Lewis, who seems indifferent. Maybe we should have gave Lewis an indifferent option.
No, it's way better than DFL, but I mean, come on, man. Like, we have some weird picks going into the final round, and this is going to be one of them.
You like this Pulley record better than the Millencolin record?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like, it's way better.
Well, I know you, John. I just did. Lewis isn't like a big Pulley fan, so.
I'm not, but I can tell the difference between a competent record. Like, I will not listen through Life on a Plate all the way through. Like, because I have to skip tracks. Even if the Pulley, if I like the Millencolin songs better, some of them, I can listen to the Pulley record throughout and like admire the record. You know what I mean? That's the way I kind of think about it.
I can listen to the whole Millencolin record. It's definitely got some bad songs on it, but it's an overall pretty fun skate punk record. But yeah, I think the Pulley record's better. But let's go to the chat here. DFL 22%, Millencolin 78%, 74%, 78%. We're ending the poll right there. What are the people saying? All you can hit says Voodoo Glow Skulls. Maddie Solberg says, "Let's go, Millencolin." And Toilet Water says, "Story of My Life is one of the more popular songs, and Mr. Brett was trying to get that shit on MTV, according to the band." So some lore there. Toilet Water also says, "Finn picked a really random song to cover." Who? Finn?
I don't know.
Oh, Finn McKenty? Did he like... I don't know. Everyone talks about Finn McKenty covering Millencolin. Apparently he shit on him. I don't even remember this. And Murderholics is Tiger Army.
This is
this is the good
matchup.
one. Yeah, this is the only good match.
Well, not
in
for
the second
John.
round.
Not for John. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's do it. I mean, like, look, man. As much as I love Tiger Army, I don't think there's a Tiger Army record that my favorite's Fuck World Trade as well. I love Fuck World Trade. That was the first one. We listened to Fuck World Trade like literally over and over again in my friend's car, along with the Stupid Henchman record. What the fuck is that one?
No
called?
way.
Something demonic. Well,
Yeah,
what?
he loves the Henchmen. He didn't know that we know them and played with them. It's funny.
Yeah, that's
you
a
told
local
me that.
band.
Yeah. Stupid Henchmen. Yeah, we saw them live a couple times, and we're big Stupid Henchmen fans.
They opened
So,
for John and I a bunch of times, like
Yeah.
once or twice.
Yeah,
So
if you
we
haven't,
opened for them, I think.
if you haven't listened to Stupid Henchmen, just prepare your ears for just like total screaming, just noise. It's great though, if you are into that type of stuff. But that Stupid Henchmen and Fuck World Trade back and forth. But Mediocre Generica obviously is going to take this for me. I like Leftover Crack more than Tiger Army. I think Tiger Army is an excellent band, despite John's shitting on them earlier, picking the Necromantics over them, which is I still can't get over. But John, go ahead. What do you have to say about these two records?
All right. I mean, what did you vote for?
Leftover Crack.
Okay,
I think I
all right.
rambled a good bit there.
We're
My
good.
bad.
Yeah, we're good. Yeah, let's go. Leftover Crack. I didn't know anybody outside of our Lewis. What is their Putnam County, right? Carmel.
Yeah, I think they're all from Carmel. Yeah.
I didn't know anyone outside of our little bubble knew Stupid Henchmen, so that's kind of cool.
Apparently, they were popular on like the crusty internet. Apparently,
They were
Elliot was telling us.
crusty internet. Yeah, they were. They toured with the lead singer of No Cash, made a hip hop side project called the Mad Conductor, and they went on
we
tour
know
with
that.
them. Yeah,
Yeah, I
you know
know
Mad Conductor as well. You had Nazareth, PA locals. So
Those Natso pits are crazy. That's what they used to
yeah,
call them.
they did a show in the local park and then got banned from the park. So,
I do love me some No Cash. So I
No
can
Cash fucking
appreciate it.
rules, dude. Run Your Pockets is a killer record.
Yeah, so let me. This is my probably hardest pick. I really love this Tiger Army record as well. But I got to be true to myself. Tiger Army is not going to be a top 10 band for me, no matter how good I think this record is. And man, I still get kind of like those. I don't know, like the tingles, the skin pimples, whatever. Like when that fucking piano kicks into the guitar in Crack City Rockers. This album fucking rules. So
Yeah.
I'm going Mediocre Generica all day. So
All right.
The skin pimples. I believe the word is
goosebumps. Yeah, I know. I was trying to use a turn of phrase. Yeah.
the skin pimples.
That's the
It's a
crust.
New
That's
York-
the crusty version of them. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get them from scabies, dude. Relax.
Yeah. Jesus.
So Dylan, what do you think of scabies?
I would have loved to cast my vote for Voodoo Glow Skulls, but these guys fucked it up, unfortunately. But Leftover Crack is the better choice of what's remaining, so that's what I'm gonna pick. And it looks like Mr. Matt's in the chat, and he says celebrity pick here, Tiger Army. That's got to be worth like 7 votes to move
Dude, I
Tiger
love
Army
this.
on, right?
Dude, this is a hard pick, but Matt is a known Leftover Crack denialist now, so it is what it is. This Tiger Army rules, though.
Gotta
There
get
it
back
is.
to your crusty roots, Matt. I mean, the Tiger Army record is awesome. Like, it's a great record. And so, I love it as well. But Mediocre Generica is where it's at. And our final 4 are here. And what is the chat saying real quick? Tiger Army, 54%. So, almost 50-50 split down the line between the two. And let's see here. Let's see what people are saying. And Murderholic says, "Do it, Elliot. Vote Tiger Army." I mean, like, I would love a Tiger Army record to move on, but they've gotten some rough fucking matchups, dude. It really sucks. Maddie says, "I don't care about Leftover Crack." Well, you know, and Tiger Army, so whatever.
Indifferent.
Murderholic says, Murderholic says, "I'm the celebrity." And we will be reacting to some of Murderholic's tier lists sometime in the future. I've got them all lined up. And John's a big fan of all of Murderholic's tier lists. So
It's rage bait.
I'm a big fan of gently caressing microphones with my hands.
Did I do that?
Yeah.
Oh, my
It's your
God.
thing,
my bad.
Elliot.
I don't mean to. I don't mean to. I'm trying not to. Murderholic says Tiger Army won the chat. So
Thanksgiving
That is-
food tier list. Let's go. Wrap it
we
up. Let's
will.
get
We
it.
will.
I'm upset that had to be the case. I would love Tiger Army 2 in the next stage. But go on,
I
yeah,
know.
let's do yeah.
Canned cranberry sauce.
And
S
Poncho-
plus plus.
Ugh.
Poncho Cruz says can't vote because you're banned from the chat. No, I have no clue why you can't vote. But yes, okay. Enough of all this. Let's get into it. John, you need me to post this tier list, correct?
Yeah, in the chat.
In the chat. So this is a Thanksgiving themed tier list. If you don't know, we do one of these. Try to do one of these at the end of every single episode. Also, if you're still watching live, please like the video and leave a comment after it's done. It really helps the channel. Don't forget to subscribe to Dylan's OnlyFans and give money to our Patreon.
What?
But let me go ahead and put the... And also, John has a website where he sells all sorts of records and merchandise. We've got, I don't know what happened to John's camera there, but we've got hoodies, t-shirts. We've got Rain Check High Bro, Low Bro, which is, in the running for top 10 of the year. If you really like Kid Dynamite, None More Black, maybe you're into, bands like that. It is a great record. That sounds like
That
those
album
bands.
rules.
It's
Yeah,
really
I like
good.
That one. Yeah, where'd Dylan go? He went to
I
go
don't know
listen to
where
High Low
Dylan
Low. He went to go listen to High Low Low Bro by himself.
Yeah, he went to listen to High Low Low Bro. So...
Sorry.
But John, we've got the tier list in the chat. So John versus chat food rankings.
All right.
So go ahead and get that tier list up there. We're about to see what John does. What we're doing here is John is going to do a food tier list. John has very controversial takes,
And I don't
on
like
food.
I don't like Thanksgiving food either. I will say.
and he hates Thanksgiving. Hater of holidays, John. So John, where are you ranking these here? We're starting off with an apple cobbler.
Apple cobbler's good though. I mean, let's put it in A to start. I do like a good apple
Okay.
cobbler.
Apple cobbler's
Oh,
fire.
there's
With
some
vanilla
good
ice
stuff
cream?
on here. Yeah, there's some good stuff on this list. You did good.
That's what I'm saying. I did good, man. I got everything. I tried to.
I do like baked mac and cheese. I gotta come to your house on Thanksgiving. I do like baked mac and cheese.
No one's ever made mac and cheese, a baked mac and cheese for Thanksgiving up there.
Imagine the reason he doesn't like Thanksgiving is his family makes like just
Shit
abomination.
food. They do like tofu turkey every year, and he thinks that's normal.
All right, here. This is my biggest thing. Spiral ham on Thanksgiving is the way to go. I don't like turkey; it's too dry. A good honey ham on Thanksgiving and Christmas is my favorite.
Ham is the Christmas meat, man.
Turkey is mid, but if it's dry, it's because the person making it fucked it up.
Usually, in my experience with Thanksgiving, people do a turkey and sometimes a backup meat.
Yeah.
In case someone doesn't like turkey, they'll do a
Turkey and
ham or a
honey baked
meatloaf
ham.
or something else. Yeah.
Homemade. How can I hate on homemade biscuits? Let's go to the A.
Biscuits go hard, bro.
yes.
S,
Yeah,
bro.
so good.
Come on.
Yeah, you're probably right. Bread. I don't know if I've ever had bread pudding.
Oh, bread pudding's delicious.
So
dude.
good, dude. Bread pudding's
So good.
a fire shit, dude.
It's sweet and delicious, John. You'd like it.
Well, I'll put it
Also,
here.
let's
I
see
don't-
here. Maddie Solberg says, not being American makes me know absolutely nothing about this. Well, you should be able to tell at least enough. So,
Bread.
Just we
roll-
hang out and
yeah.
watch football and eat food, yeah.
What is
Yeah.
turkey? What is that? I never heard of that before because I'm from fucking Europe. I don't know what a turkey is.
they only...
I don't like any of this
What's
stuff.
that one?
You don't like
What
Brussels
is that
sprouts
Brussels
with bacon?
sprouts? No, I don't like Brussels sprouts. Butternut squash. I've never eaten it because the name kind of turns me off. I've
You don't
never
like
tried
You
it.
don't like the word nut?
or
He doesn't like
squash.
nut, but butternut squash
It's
soup
a-
is pretty good. It's sweet, but it's all right.
You don't like
Nasty.
nuts and being squashed?
No, it's I never eat it just because of the
Watch
name.
your nuts.
Cherry
Cherry
pie.
pie is an A
I agree. Yeah, cherry pie is good.
with whipped cream.
I hate stuffing.
Little sweet.
Murderholic says
Chestnut
ham
stuffing,
sucks.
what the fuck
And
is
Maddie
that?
Solberg says Taco Bell tier list. We'll do Taco Bell tier list.
Chestnut
Cinnamon
stuffing is a
tea.
weird pick.
Yeah, I don't know.
Why not normal stuff?
Well, you can just say normal stuffing. So if you
I
want to,
don't like stuffing at all.
well then it doesn't
hell is
matter.
Yeah.
Cinnamon tea?
Whatever one I called it.
Cinnamon tea.
We put pine
cinnamon
nuts
tea.
in our stuffing. It's pretty good.
Cinnamon tea sounds all right, but I mean, I'd rather
Ever
have
had Grandma always makes a tea for Thanksgiving, dude.
collard greens are disgusting. I had them when I
Collard
was.
greens are delicious, dude. What are you
No
talking
Collard
Oh.
greens are
Ugh.
fine with ham hocks. Hell yeah.
Gross.
I love
Cornbread is a
collard greens.
B for sure.
I agree.
Cornbread.
Corn pudding.
What if it was like a cornbread souffle? That's
Corn
even
pudding
better.
F.
I never
Tim
had.
Pie-
It sounds.
Terrible
There-
vomit-like texture.
There's no way
it's good.
there's no way it's an
I think-
improvement on regular pudding, so it has to get
I
docked.
think it would be called
It's
the
not sweet,
creamed
it's
corn.
savory. It's more like a
Creamed
cream
corn
corn.
would be the-
Yeah.
The correct vernacular.
Cranberry
Cranberry
relish. Oh,
relish.
gross.
Tim
Yeah.
Kaiser says John just lost with the stuffing votes.
I hate
losing
I
to
hate
Chad here.
stuffing.
You
Cranberry
hate cranberry
wine.
relish, bro? Cranberry relish.
What
that's
is
you
that?
Put on the turkey.
No,
Cranberry
no.
wine.
It's just
Never.
it's the sauce with other shit in it, basically.
Like, that's what gravy's for. Deviled eggs. That's
Gross.
a solid A in my
I don't
opinion.
like.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta fix this thing.
Jeez.
Hang on. Can I do this? It's better.
Green bean casserole is probably gonna be a D. Oh, there's
Green
no
bean
D,
casserole's
it's F.
Pretty good, man. I
Hey,
just
green
had it
bean
for like the
casserole
first time like
is so
2 years
good.
ago. I like it.
Maybe I'm tired of it. I don't know.
Oh,
We like it's like a very white person food. We never had it growing up Italian, but it's very good.
what is it?
What'd you?
I'm trying to fix
Green
it.
bean
so it fits
casserole.
Green
on
bean
the screen.
casserole. Green bean casserole's fire.
It's
Yeah.
it's like
Oh.
potato.
We also will do
sticks,
sometimes
green beans.
cornflakes on it, on top of it, which is also fire.
Crispy onion strips were pretty good on it.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah. Yep.
All right,
Not a
here we
big
go.
fan personally.
All
I
right.
like it.
alright.
I like it.
I don't like any
It's
really
good to mix up.
I don't like green bean casserole, hot apple
You like
cider,
greens,
mashed
except for
potatoes. Like
salad.
there we go.
Mashed potatoes S.
I hate meatloaf.
Oh,
I hate
Hot
meatloaf.
apple cider and C, bro.
Parsnips and carrots.
parsnips. What the fuck is a parsnip?
I don't
even?
know.
You don't know what a
Parsnips?
parsnip
No,
is?
I don't
Parsnips
know.
are good, but yeah, it's a low tier though.
I know the
It's good.
word. I don't know what it is. And
It's another
Root
root vegetable. Yeah, very similar to a carrot but white.
Yeah.
Mm.
pecan pie, bro. That's got to be an A.
Pecan pie is too sweet sometimes.
I don't know if
but
I ever
So
had
so
it.
much
fire.
sugar.
I don't know if I ever had
Yeah,
pecan pie.
It's just molasses and pecans, basically.
oh, I might like it.
Oh,
then.
It's sweet
yeah.
it's sweet as hell, yeah.
It's
Pumpkin
the super
is-
sweet.
S.
Yeah, pumpkin pie has to be S. I know John's a
Oh.
pumpkin pie hater.
Pumpkin's
That's
overrated.
crazy.
Pumpkin cheesecake is way superior than pumpkin pie. So
I like
think
them
it makes
both.
it- Yeah.
Roasted red
Oh.
potatoes. That's got to be an S. Okay, well,
I like
Oh,
can't win them all. Roast beef. I don't know about that one.
I like roast beef.
Just eat straight up roast beef, no sandwich. Scalloped potatoes. Come on, man. It's got to be an S. I mean, what's your vendetta against
go
potatoes?
so hard, dude.
They are
What is
good,
wrong
yeah.
with potatoes? You don't
Have
like
you had
starch?
scalloped potatoes, John?
Yeah, they're pretty good, but I like mashed potatoes better than scalloped potatoes. So
And
I'll
you
go.
put it in B.
There we go.
How do you put mashed
So
potatoes
far,
in B?
S is ham and bread.
I mean, come on though. Bread is S tier though. In
I mean,
general.
bread's good, but just ham and bread.
bread kept the masses running for years, so we're all good with it.
Oh my gosh.
What is that?
A string beans with shallots? You don't like that shit?
There we go.
Wait, hold on. Sweet potato
You
casserole?
gotta, John. You gotta say what they are when you move them because you can't see them.
How do you put gravy in F?
You
Gravy?
put turkey and gravy and S.
See.
John?
It's just gravy.
Oh my god, this is a terrible. This is one of the worst tier lists. So
John,
John's
you need to
S
take a
tier.
picture of the
Yeah.
your plate on Thanksgiving. It's-
Honestly, it better be a ham sandwich.
It's just it'll just be ham and that's it, and then I'll wait for dessert.
I mean, dude, I ain't hating. I love ham too, but I mean, I think turkey has its merits one day a year. You know what I mean?
Yeah, turkey is the meat. That's what you eat. You put gravy on the turkey. It's dry, but you put gravy on it.
I think turkey's overrated, but to say it's dry, like whoever's making it for you guys fucked it up.
Yeah, I mean, usually the turkey I have isn't dry. I mean, I get turkey can easily become dry.
I mean, there's no way turkey is better than roast beef. There's no planet it's better. No way.
It's the one year to eat turkey. Yeah. It's the one day of the year to eat turkey. So, like, I don't eat turkey ever besides Thanksgiving. So make the best of it when you got it.
But what's the holiday for roast beef? Roast beef doesn't have a holiday.
I didn't know eating roast beef independent of anything else was a thing. I thought it had to be a sandwich. I never heard of eating just roast beef.
You can make it like a thick roast beef. Yeah.
Oh yeah, roast beef in a nice gravy pan. So delicious.
It's delicious. Yeah.
I've never.
You could just do it in a deep square pan. It's just natural juices. It's delicious, man.
Murderholic says Christmas is roast beef holiday. We usually have a roast beef on Christmas.
We have a ham on Christmas.
Nice. We do ham too, but roast beef is a Christmas one too. We do lasagna and lasagna and ham.
That's true. Thing, I feel good about this. I feel good about my list.
Blair says, "You feel good about it? You have a ham sandwich."
Yeah, I like ham sandwiches.
On a bread roll.
That's great.
Ham slider.
I mean, this is why we do it. We're always curious what John's gonna pick here. So this is it. This is John's Thanksgiving here. Looking like a lunch that a construction worker would bring to work. So
or a 4-year-old.
One last question before we finish. Mustard on the ham, yes or no?
No,
not a crisp, not raw dog in the ham, but like on a sandwich for sure.
Yeah, if you got a sandwich, but like you want it like a kind of like a
glaze.
Like a cherry marmalade or an orange marmalade on top,
or like the natural juice from the ham is pretty delicious.
Yeah, that's
or if
good
you
too.
do some of the pineapple if you cook it with.
I like honey glaze. If there's a honey glaze, any type of glaze, you don't want
need
mustard.
Anything.
Yeah, if it's honey glaze, that's enough.
Usually the parsnips and carrots are honey glazed, so I just couldn't fit it on there.
I've never heard the word parsnips before this.
Really?
Never.
That's crazy. It's mashed parsnips also delicious. So,
never heard of it.
We'll end this here. This is John's Thanksgiving tier list, guys. Happy Thanksgiving from us at Punk Rock Radar. If there's anything we love at Punk Rock Radar, it is the Pilgrims. So big Pilgrims fans, big turkey. Well, not turkey
Columbus
fans.
And the Native Americans. Come on.
The Native Americans. We all come. Yeah, I like coming together. We like unity, which was what the Pilgrims did.
As we all know, all lives matter, but Thanksgiving version.
The Pilfers. So.
Listen, man. Celebrate whoever you want to celebrate on Thanksgiving. Just eat food and watch football. It'll be a good time.
Fuck yeah. Get fucking loaded.
Get loaded, dude.
And get loaded if that's your thing. Or, do other
even if not, becoming an alcoholic. Now's the time.
And listen to DFL Proud to Be, which is going to be my Thanksgiving record.
Yeah, maybe not.
As you overdose. Listen to that.
Listening. I'm like, is this the Beastie Boys?
Get the Narcan.
Is this sabotage?
Sorry, that's good. I'm like sick, man, and it's making me have to laugh a funny way.
Dude, we're out of here. John, end the stream.
Wait, no, you need to do the promotional stuff, right?
I did it already.
Yeah. Okay. I waited to get a beer. All right, see you guys.
Okay.
Thanks for watching. Happy Thanksgiving.